Hey guys, Joshua with Josh and Hunter's Adventures, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're talking about the best bait to throw when smallmouth are on the bed. It's no secret around where I'm at about this technique. It's been fished for years and everyone is throwing it when the smallmouth are on the bed. It's that time of year, it's April, those big smallmouth are moving up and they're spawning. And we've got a technique that we use here in East Tennessee that is just absolutely amazing. And what that technique is it's a little green worm, and that's what we call it, the little green worm bite, or it's known as the Holston worm. And basically it's just a small little finesse worm. This happens to be just a little 4-inch. This is a company locally that makes these, and the name of it is the Holston worm. And it's just a green pumpkin worm. So let's talk about just a little bit about how I rig it and what you're going to use. Now the line, I wouldn't use anything heavier than an 8-pound. This is a fluorocarbon. Now let me tell you, the only thing with fluorocarbon is you're going to be fishing around a lot of rocks. Smallmouth like to spawn around those rocks, so shell, stuff like that. So make sure if you're going to use a fluorocarbon or a braid to fluorocarbon that you check your line very frequently, because fluorocarbon will fray and you will break. If you don't want to take that chance, use a monofilament like a 6 to 8 pound. Most of the time smallmouth are living in pretty clear water, so just keep that in mind, that you're going to want to keep your line size down, because they will see it because you are fishing on the beds. What I like to throw is I like to throw a 1/8 ounce tungsten weight. The reason for tungsten is it's a lot smaller than lead and it's a whole lot more sensitive. And you really feel a lot more with tungsten over, say, lead. Let's talk about the hook. You can use a wide gap. I like to use the, just standard worm hook. Anything from a 2/0. If you find that maybe the bites are not coming as frequent as what you think they should be, maybe drop down to a 1/0 with a little bit lighter wire. You can do that. I have done that also. If you want to, you can run a bobber stop. I do not have one on this. I just feel like sometimes that weight, that tungsten moving back and forth, gives it a little bit more sound. So let's talk about what kind of worm that you're going to need to throw for this. Like I said, this is the just a local company that makes these. I really like these. Like I said, it's called the Holston worm, you can see, but it has really, really good scent that they put in there. And does that work? I feel like it may help them hold on just a minute, just a few seconds longer. But there's other baits that you can use. I've used anything from the the normal Zoom finesse green pumpkin, and you can even use the power bait, the max scent. It's already got that scent in it. Everyone knows the max scent works really, really well. I would not go any bigger than, say, a 5-inch. Like I said, I feel like this 4 to 5 inch is the perfect size for this. Okay, so let's talk just a minute about where to fish this and how to fish it. Most of the time on my lakes, we're fishing the TVA chain, so our lakes are fluctuating a lot right now. We're coming up from winter pool to that summer pool, so one day you may go and be able to see that smallmouth on the bed. The next day, it may be 1 foot or 2 foot higher, depending on how much they've raised the lake that day. And what we found out is if you will go and throw in the areas that that they're spawning, up and just as close as you can throw to the bank, and you've got to fish this technique very, very slowly. Think about it as if you were fishing like a bed fish that you could see. Sometimes you just got to hold it in there, and shake it to get that fish to bite. But what we found out is if you just go and you'll fish it very, very slowly, just drag it a little bit, shake it just a little bit, drag it a little bit and shake it. What I found out a lot of times is they'll tail bite it first, like a normal bedfish will. So that'll tell you there's a fish there. Okay, there's one there, we know that. And sometimes it may take 4, 5, 6, maybe more casts to get that one smallmouth to bite. But that is the one thing that I found, is that if you get a bite, it's there. So sometimes you just have to consistently keep throwing it to it to get it to bite. But like I said, you've got to fish it super slow in the areas that they're at, because there's probably lots of times that you don't see them, obviously, that you drag it and they just don't bite it. I mean, it's just typical of a bedfish, you know. But this is a super good technique. Like I said, there's a lot of people that probably don't know about this outside of East Tennessee, but it is a really good technique for smallmouth that are on the bed. And like I said, it's called the little green worm bite. Everyone around here knows about it. It catches a lot. I mean, it's nothing to see 22 pound bags come in the spring this time of year from this technique. Okay, so let's talk about the setup that I use for this. I like to throw it on a spinning rod setup because of the 1/8 ounce tungsten weight. You know, you can get a lot farther cast on a spinning rod with 1/8 ounce versus, say, you know, your bait caster. Any medium action rod will do. This is a Lew's 7-foot medium action rod. I've got it paired up with a Daiwa Regal in a 2500 with my Sunline Sniper 7-pound test. Again, if you're going to throw fluorocarbon, make sure you check your line a lot, because you are going to fray and you're going to have to retie. I like the fluorocarbon because it's pretty much invisible underwater, but if you're fishing around a lot of rocks, make sure you check your line. So get you a good 7-foot rod with a really good spinning reel, and that's the perfect setup for this bait. So next time you're out this time of year fishing for smallmouth on the beds, try this little 4-inch worm, drag it really slow in those areas that smallmouth like to spawn in, and I guarantee you're going to catch some big ones. Guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you learned something from this video and you're new to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That way you know when we put out videos. Till next time, this is Josh with Josh and Hunter's Adventures. Thanks for watching.